what did you do last night? I went to a party. I did not move off my couch, but by God, I went to a party. You know what I'm talking about. The symbolic roll call of the delegates of various states at the Democratic Convention last night, and the music that was put behind that by the DJ Cassidy is his name. It was really fun. Holy Toledo. By the way, it is Wednesday. It is the 21st of August, 2024. And yeah, I mean, it was just rock and roll. The songs, everybody from Prince to Bruce Springsteen, Dolly Parton, Beyonce, James Brown, Taylor Swift. Good Lord. For 75 minutes, that's what I heard this morning on ABC when they interviewed DJ Cassidy. He said it was just so much fun, one of the greatest moments that he ever had. But I had been out and about for a bit. I was at usual Democrats in Exile meeting of a bunch of folks who used to be in government here in Atlanta and the state of Georgia. And they're people I used to know back in the day. Most of them were in government on one form or another, city council, mayors, the state legislature, so on and so forth. And some of the folks who get together for these Tuesday night meetings are former media people, too, which is where I fit in. But we do it every Tuesday night. It's just very informal. We get together. We drink beer. We have dinner together. Bar food. I don't mean it's a big deal. I mean, we go to a well-known Democratic bar here in Atlanta and just have a good time. But I was coming home from that last night, and I was listening on Sirius XM. I was listening to MSNBC, and all of a sudden, I hear this raucous music, and the people on MSNBC trying to overtalk the music until they finally gave up and just turned the sound over to what was happening in the convention center in Chicago. And, it took about 30 minutes to get home. When I got to the apartment, I went inside and turned on television immediately, and just for the next, hour, just sat there blown away. I've never seen anything like that. Have you? I mean, a political convention where people are actually having fun, having a good time, having a party. I mean, for real. And DJ Cassidy just cracked me up. You talk about somebody who was having more fun than should be allowed. And then the guy who was doing the roll call, saying, Mississippi, how do you cast your votes? And for every state, he said the same thing. Kind of a Mr. Peepers looking kind of guy. If you're old enough, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not trying to be insulting of the man, but he did. He looked like a college professor, violin teacher on the one side of the stage. On the other side of the stage is outrageously dressed DJ Cassidy, just rocking and rolling and bouncing and dancing and chilling and having such a good time. And the people in that convention center, I have never seen, seriously, I've never seen a group of such a mixed group of people who were just having a damn good time while they did their best to continue the tradition of trying to reach full democracy in this country. It was very heartwarming to watch. I mean, when you see white folk who are dancing to Prince, now, okay, white folk of a certain age who are dancing to Prince. When you see black folk and white folk dancing to James Brown music from 30 years ago, wow, it was really something. But the most important symbolic aspect of what happened last night with that party was truly the passing of the torch from one generation to another. With all respect to dear old Joe Biden, holy shit, I just can't imagine. No, I can't. A convention, a nominating convention with that much energy and laughter and smiles and joy. Now, I realize that the real world is not quite like that. We can't party our way to the White House. I understand that. But by God and all things sacred, to see that kind of enthusiasm and response from the audience, and man, I don't know, it just was so different from what's been going on the past 8 years. And then, of course, the appearance of both Michelle and Barack Obama. I can't, in my lifetime, there has never been two people who, when they put their minds to the political effort in this country, who are more powerful, more compassionate, more easily understood, more direct, more real, more believers in this country than Barack and Michelle. Oh my God. I remember the whole history of Barack Obama, just like you do if you're of a certain age. His time as an organizer in Chicago, his run for the United States Senate, his run for the presidency. And the night that it became clear that he had won the presidency, that big rally in the park in Chicago, where he and his wife and his two little girls at the time walked down that ramp and stood there at the end with masses of people, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, just cheering and screaming and yelling. And, oh man. So to see them on the stage last night, Barack and Michelle Obama. And Michelle Obama, I swear to God, if we can get this first female president elected, it just seems to me at some point Michelle Obama should absolutely make a run for it. Wow, what a powerful speaker. And that line she had last night, I'll probably get it garbled up, but when she said the presidency, according to Donald Trump, might be one of those black jobs, that he talked about when he gave one of his hate-filled, misogynistic, pissy little speeches to his brain-dead white followers, about how immigrants were coming over and taking all the black jobs, the indication being what? That then black folk are going to have to revert back to going on welfare or something. Oh, God damn, I hate this man, Trump. What a waste. What a waste. And to the congregation, blacks and whites and Asians and Sikhs and Native Americans, oh my God, to see that, to bear witness to that, to see it's been such a long time, for me anyway. It seems like a long time. I don't remember this at nominating conventions when Clinton was nominated, either one of them, or when Biden was nominated. And it wasn't the same kind of joy when Obama was nominated. But last night at the convention, and there's 2 nights to go. Tonight should be a Hellraiser 2. And then, of course, on Thursday night, Kamala Harris accepts the nomination. That is going to be intense. So, I've been following this convention as closely as I can because there's something in me, maybe you know what I'm talking about, something in me that wants to see this kind of political energy and enthusiasm about our form of government. And I haven't felt this not since the end of the Obama administration. I haven't felt this enthusiasm, this, hope, and, dare I say it, the joy that these people are generating. By these people, I mean the delegates, the people who've been giving the speeches. Oh, my God. And I have to say it, I thank the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, that I live in a biracial society. I am so unbelievably grateful to my black brothers and sisters in this country who all my life have shown something to me that white folk just couldn't show me. And I'm not denigrating white people. I are one, here I sit. But there is something in the African American soul and spirit and consciousness and persona that is just so admirable, just amazing. And especially when I think about what black folk in this country have gone through, and to a lesser extent, but still continue to go through. But I think about how they came to this country and what happened to them if they survived coming across the ocean, what happened to them when they were here. How in the hell were black folk able to sustain the way they have with family and art and political power and science and music and whoa. So again, I am so grateful that I have been living my entire life in a multiracial society. Most of what I'm talking about, no offense to any other people of color, but I'm talking about a biracial society, whites and blacks in this country. I just wish there was some way that I could say to all the black folk who have had such a powerful influence in prodding and pushing this country in the right direction, if I could just say thank you. I don't know how to do that. I have no idea how to do that. But watching last night, that's the point I'm trying to make, was just an affirmation to me of the rightness, the properness of us whites and us blacks working together. That's the only way. The only way. This country is hanging by a thread right now, irrespective of the joy and the happiness and the craziness that occurred in the Democratic Convention Hall last night. It was much fun. I say crazy, I mean crazy, the kind when you really party, really have a good time. In spite of all that, out here in the real world, this specter of fascism, this specter of Joseph Goebbels in the persona of this Jew Nazi Stephen Miller, who whispers into Trump's ear the most poisonous shit, and the Christian Nazi who soon will be out of prison, Steve Banning, whatever the hell his name is. That is the part of this political world right now in the United States that is so threatening. It's so dangerous, and it's still there. And it's like killing a vampire. This whole attitude of Christian fascism and political fascism, it must have a stake driven right through the heart of it. It's got to be stopped. There is no place for this. There's no place in this country. There's no place in any country for this kind of twisted political ideology that is so fucking negative and so evil and mean and painful to so many other people. I hope that the spirit that's being generated, and I do believe in spirit, the spirit that's being generated at the Democratic Convention. And who would have thought it, right? But the spirit that's being generated there, if there's any way that can just pour out into the streets when this convention is over. It's very easy to get so enthusiastic when such a scene is occurring. You watch it like I did last night, and you can't help but get up off the couch and start dancing around the living room and waving your hands in the air and remembering all that beautiful music that the disc jockey is playing up on the stage. And it just, oh, man. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.